The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African-American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Ain't nothing changed with them bitches, they know my name now. It's such a shame a younger fella kill a game now. And I be in it for the money, fuck the fame now. Got all these niggas asking what's his fucking name now. Said this is blood.
Hello. We are back for another episode of Coast to Coast. And today we're actually coast to coast because we have our co-host, Courtney Chappelle, in Atlanta. So he's live from Atlanta. We're live from Los Angeles. Welcome in, Courtney. How you doing?
Hello. What's up?
He's via Skype with us today.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
We good. Everything's great.
We're happy that the Lakers got their first win, hence my hat. Thank you, Lakers.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I was kind of looking forward to seeing if Kobe was going to come back after he said that, if we go 0-5, that he might have to suit up for a Lakers.
Would you have liked that?
Would I have liked that? As a Lakers beat reporter, I would have loved that, okay? Locker room, Kobe Bryant, that would have been huge. I feel like the Lakers tickets are already, enough, but it would have been skyrocketed for that game.
From a fan perspective, yeah, but talent, no.
What? You don't think Kobe still has a little juice left in the tank?
Did you watch the last couple of years of his career?
I did, but did you watch that last game?
That was I was excited.
So, he still has something. A little bit. I'm just saying.
Out the left eye.
You cried?
Yeah, out the left eye, not the right.
I don't know about that. I almost cried last night because we got the win. It was beautiful win, too. It wasn't just inching.
Shout out to Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson was hooping.
He was.
Shout out to New York. Born ready, baby.
I feel like he put a lot of people on notice. Look, I know I'm a jokester and I have a lot of personality in the locker room and on the court, but for sure, let him know that, I could still ball. Especially him and JaVale. JaVale had a couple of those Shaq in the full moments. But he was the leading scorer, and he's been great through, our first 4 games. He's been amazing.
JaVale's been excellent. I know a lot of people said that, thought he was going to be a Shaq in the full type player. But he did really well.
He was our leading scorer.
Yeah.
So,
he's been well for us. He's been our rim protector, something that we really need. And
who's been the best Laker so far?
So far,
Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, I don't know if I can say that. Honestly, I would say JaVale. He's been putting up solid numbers.
So?
He's been extremely efficient for us. I know that.
Are you talking about outside of LeBron or just?
Yes, outside.
Oh, okay.
Of
That's Kyle Kuzma.
Outside. Well, Kuz had that, has had 2 solid games. I think them inserting him when he was playing at the 5 position more,
that was.
I don't think that was really his spot. You know,
Right.
I think that once they moved him, to that kind of like power forward,
Small ball four.
yeah, exactly, position, that's when he thrived. That's when he had his 37-point game against, who was that? The Spurs.
The Spurs.
And that was 1 point shy of his, 38-point game high. So I feel like he's in a better position now where he's not having to play outside of like his role.
Right, I agree.
But we need high. Oh, whoa. Okay. But we need a little glitch, but we definitely need somebody that can help JaVale. And I don't know that Zoo,
Like a big man, you mean?
yes,
Yeah.
is that person. We need
Zubac
more
is not-
shooting ability, like spot up shooting ability, like somebody can just go get a bucket, and we need like somebody that can help out JaVale when he, gets into foul trouble or whatever.
I have a question. What's the problem with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope this year?
He's been bad.
It's-
I don't
yeah,
know necessarily what's
right.
I think he's just in a slump. He hasn't played himself in the. It doesn't look to me like he's played himself into shape yet, which I think a few players had that problem like when the season first starts. I mean, you play training camp and then you have your little preseason games, but the regular season is something totally different.
It is.
So I think he's playing his way into shape, just like I think Lonzo is. I think Lonzo was whatever the first game, but as you see, he's coming
But
along.
Lonzo is
getting his
coming
legs
off
under.
of an injury, so I can give him
That too.
more of a
That too.
pass than I can give Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who had
He's been
a
so
full
bad.
summer.
So bad.
I think Josh Hart, but to me, it's good. Like these players who should be on the court and our young core that we have been developing and getting into, being productive members of this team,
Right.
we're able to see those benefits now with, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball. Like Lonzo's been shooting much more confidently.
40% from three, by the way.
There you go. 80%
Relax.
from the line. I think like he's just doing a lot better. It's
Right.
a lot. All of them are in a really good position. So although I was really disappointed in the Lakers fight and the aftermath of that, Brandon Ingram and Rajon Rondo being suspended for multiple games, I think it really did lead to us being able to see some of the players that we wanted to see, like Lonzo and Josh Hart, get more minutes, and it wasn't kind of forced. It was just like had to happen, right? So we need to get to this Lakers fight because obviously it nearly broke the internet. People are talking about it still. And we've already gone to two more games, played through two more games. So the Lakers and the Rockets matched up. It was heated because both of these teams coming into that game were coming off of losses. It's to start the season, and the Rockets' loss was at home, so it was a little bit even more personal for them. And you could see that there was just a lot of tension. Tensions kind of came to a helm in the fourth quarter when Brandon Ingram was upset about a foul call against Harden when he was driving to the basket, and he shoved Harden. And then moments later, just a complete melee brawl happened where it was Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul going at it. Crazy. Chris Paul alleges that Spitgate is what we're calling it now, I guess. But Chris Paul alleges that Rajon Rondo spit in his face, and that's why he was pointing the finger in his face over and over and over again.
It was not
and
alleged.
Rondo,
he spit in his face.
It's still, the jury's still out on it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I saw the video. I saw the slow-mo.
The close-up, the 10-minute video.
It could have, but we don't know if it was like an intentional he spit in his face or it was like just a byproduct of him talking and then it just came out.
Well, I saw
that
his
way.
mouth moving, blowing motion.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's why it's called Spitgate, because the jury is out.
True.
But nonetheless, those guys were suspended and ejected from that game. All three of them involved. So my first question is, what did you make of the old school feeling NBA fight?
It felt good for everything to be back per se. I like the old school NBA. That was interesting. As far as Spitgate, I don't know why. Well, first of all, let's back up to what started it.
Right.
I guess they say Brandon Ingram felt like he was getting picked on. I guess.
No, he was upset that the Lakers were not getting any calls and that literally James Harden's, his elbow was kind of riding Ingram into
on
his
that play,
chest
and then
on
he
that
threw
play.
him into the stanchion.
Right. And then they called a foul on Ingram. And so he was just like, this is tensions boiling over from the refs of not calling things that they feel like should have been called the Lakers' way.
Right, because Rajah Bell. Josh Hart.
Josh Hart,
because you remember the Rajah Bell clothesline on Kobe. That's what I was thinking about. So
take it real old school.
Right, he got that clothesline, and they gave him flagrant one, which probably should have been an ejection, but the way that it's called now should have been an ejection.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
The way that it's called now.
But...
That's what I said.
Man, cut it out.
Back in the day, it's a personal foul, go to the line, that's it.
Right.
I just said the way it's called now.
Yeah, the new NBA.
Right.
Hey.
But I do understand his frustration because it seems like James was getting a lot of calls that he didn't necessarily deserve.
Yes.
I mean, he does, throughout the year, but this was ridiculous. I think it's just
like as a whole because, Luke got fined since his little rant of, kind of critiquing the officials of, he's like, we're going into the paint, whereas other teams are getting calls from all over the court and we can't even we're not getting sent to the free throw line at all.
Right.
So, and then he's like, in part it is the Lakers' responsibility to not foul the guys, but also we need to get those same calls. So.
Right, just call it both ways. I agree. Like you said, Josh Hart attacks the rim
he does.
Hard every time.
Yes.
Didn't shoot not one free throw that game.
That's crazy.
I
mean, that's a staggering stat. I know Luke, when he went into that press conference, he's like, I'm going to take this fine. Yeah. Okay, go.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I think it was worth it. I think a lot of people feel the same way, kind of about the officiating right now.
I agree.
So,
Courtney, what's your thoughts on it?
So I need to be correct here. So this is about lack of free throws calls, which cause frustration.
This is about lack of calls evenly.
Okay.
Yes. So the same call that James Harden
the fight
was giving.
Personally, to me, it was great to see the fight. It was great to see the young Lakers fighting and frustrated. This is more to y'all king. This is more of an issue to the new Laker, the guy that is supposed to be ingratiating himself in Laker Nation and supposed to be embodying everything that comes with being a Laker. And I think y'all giving him a nice pass.
We're giving him a pass?
And I feel like y'all giving him a pass because y'all want to, make this transition easy for him and y'all don't want to make it eerie. But this is Laker Nation, and I don't understand this.
What don't you understand?
How are y'all okay with his response in this fight? Because to me, them young Lakers, even in Rondo, even if you say he did spit, he didn't spit, however you put it,
right?
They out there fighting to get the home opener, which is the biggest for that man. And they out here fighting to get their home opener, and they frustrated. And this is a competition, and it had an eerie little playoff atmosphere, which stems from a lot of the good games the Lakers played last year against the Rockets. And this will be that competition trying to get to the Western Conference Finals and further. I'm not understanding how y'all okay with his reaction in the midst of the storm.
What is his reaction?
So James, I think he's referring to LeBron James grabbing Chris Paul instead of one
even
of his
beyond
teammates.
That. Even beyond that.
So what is your?
I'm referring to I get it. That's his best friend, the godfather to his kids.
Because I was going to ask Mike.
I have no problem with that.
Me either.
No. Listen. Okay. I know you have no problem, and it's fine if he separates. What I have a problem with is you separated him, you grabbed him, you moved him. You do not have to put your arm around him and walk him damn near all the way to his bench. Well, you're taking it beyond a friendship at this point. You got a whole team out here that's scrapping. But let's get past that. Fine. We know who his real friends are and his real brothers. Even though the night before he just said, if you fall down, you wait, you let your brothers pick you up. We brothers, but he didn't touch one of his brothers in the midst of a fight. Well, that's fair. Mm-hmm. But we go beyond that. It was 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in that game. He gave you a layup.
Okay.
You don't think at that point, even with the midst of the storm, he should take over that game?
The identity of the Lakers, if you've been kind of listening in and watching, is that they play unselfish basketball. That's what they've been preaching from the beginning, is that we're going to get everybody involved. I'm going to make that pass first. I agree with you, King James.
I'm talking about the last 4 minutes, Lauren.
That's a long time.
Not the way they run.
You want him to just take every shot? You want him to just take every shot? That's a long time.
No. I want him to do more than one layup. Kyle Kuzma went out there and tried to go get buckets. I watched that game very particular. Him, Josh Hart, still out there shooting like, fuck it, we're going to try to get this win.
Right.
One layup ain't going to cut it with 4 minutes, some change. You just lost 2 players, and this your home opener in L.A. Y'all giving them a pass.
Nobody's giving them a pass.
I think
You are giving them a pass.
That's
You
not.
think
That's the way the game
This
got
is
played.
Laker Nation. Those are 2 nights in a row. You go from not doing that in the 4-point to going to hit a big shot, which was super big, to missing a free throw and a big shot. Laker Nation, you guys are used to Kobe Bryant. Hold him to that standard.
Kobe Bryant missed free throws as well with the game on the line. Let's stop acting like it never happened.
Oh, that is cute.
Plenty of times, actually.
He wouldn't have missed those.
No.
You can't say that. It's happened before. How can you
He
say
wouldn't have missed those.
How can you say that and it has
The
happened before?
Spurs-Lakers is a rivalry, Mike. We're not going to change it. We're not going to change how they don't like each other because your favor's there.
It has nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, proof is in the pudding that it has happened before.
But also the fact that he said straight out that was unacceptable, and we all knew it. What more can you do? You shoot. We've known that he's not a good free throw shooter. In clutch moments, we need that to be the case. It wasn't that night. He got us to overtime. It's a loss that we just have to take. It was a difficult pill to swallow for sure as a Lakers fan, and to put him on par with being like the greatest player in the world. It's really difficult to say that the greatest player in the world is not going to make at least one of those free throws in the clutch moment. But that being said, it happens. We took the loss. We've gotten a win since then. We're good. Like, we're on the track to be.
I think y'all gave him a pass for Houston. I'm sorry.
For
y'all
Houston?
gave him a pass on that. He can close that door. The same way James went over there and tried to close that door for Houston, and he got some help from Eric Gordon. Kyle Kuzma did his part. That was on Braun to take over that game. Go watch it again. Look at the time. Look at the 4-minute mark, and then show me where you see somebody going out there to go get a win at home in his home opener.
But after all that's transpired, it's just a lot going on. Like if you were in the arena, literally, it was just like chaos. Like, just from every
He's the best
aspect.
player in the world.
I'm just saying, it takes
the best
a team.
player in the world, and amongst the chaos is supposed to be able to get it done. This is what you got him for. If you didn't, y'all could have kept what y'all had. Y'all did overtime with them and lost already.
We could have kept what we had. Okay, now you're getting a little crazy. If you guys actually...
You're 1-4, Lauren.
1-3.
That's okay.
You're 1-3. That's not the equivalent of last year now?
In the Western Conference, where we've had games that were winnable, they just, we're still getting to know each other. All these players all these teams that we've played have been playing together forever, with the exception of the Spurs. So I'm not hearing all this, we're 1-3. Yeah, in the Western Conference. What about your Knicks? Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to start there?
My Knicks are watch, here we go. We can. My Knicks are 1-4. And my Knicks don't have the best player in the world.
You're also in the Eastern Conference.
Still in the Eastern Conference.
So now we're gonna give an excuse because y'all in the Western Conference.
We played 3 playoff teams down to the wire.
Yes.
Mike, y'all did the same thing last year. Y'all
had
15 games of 5 points or less losses. Y'all
I understand
took Houston to overtime. Y'all took Houston to triple overtime. Y'all took Golden State to overtime twice. Y'all had close games and lost them last year in the Western Conference.
It is our 4th game together.
Right, like, you need to take a breath.
Everybody has a jail. These are different players.
This is a completely different team.
Completely different team.
A completely different team. Okay, moving on.
Bro, I'm gonna keep y'all. I like how Laker fans is going. This is okay. It's all right. It's a new team.
Okay, but it's what
young.
we have right now.
We can't expect wins. All right, we're going to give it 25 games in it and see if this changes.
Let's do that.
From y'all natural feeling. But I'm telling you, I'm looking at y'all on this screen, and y'all are full of it. Y'all are giving the excuses.
I think we have a good team.
Praying for
I think we have a really good team.
Yeah. Once everything starts clicking.
I think y'all got a good team. I told you Western Conference Finals. As long as y'all stop making excuses. I was ready to give them a goddamn mural. But now all of a sudden it just takes time. We young.
It does take time.
Heard?
It takes at least.
The Miami Heat got together. They start off 9-8.
Games?
They have to jail. They have to jail.
Heard?
Okay, guys. Moving on from one Western Conference team to the other, the Warriors look nothing less than the best team in the league still. I don't think there's any surprise there. The one thing I will say is that Steph Curry perhaps made his vibe by, being the best scorer of all time, dare I say?
No,
51 points.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Shooter. Yes.
Oh, that's
shooter.
Been done.
Okay, 51 points in 3 quarters of play. What did you guys make of that?
Steph Curry is not taking a back seat anymore. He heard everything about this Durant team, and Durant's the best player, which I still think he's the best player. But he's no longer taking a back seat. It's like, Durant, you came to my show, so you gonna ride this wave and follow my lead, or that's it. I think he knows Durant is leaving, like I told you guys. So he's like, well, let me get back. This is my show. You came to me. So he had a great game. 11-3, 11 for 16, 51 points, 3 quarters.
51 points in 3 quarters? I mean, that's pretty remarkable. What are your thoughts, Court?
I think he's just in a good groove right now. He's comfortable.
It's early for him to be in such a good groove. It's scary for him to be in this groove this early.
No, I mean, I don't think it's scary. It's just getting into the flow of basketball, consistently back playing on every other night basis, and
but he looks really comfortable.
It's early in the season. You go through ebbs and flows, and he taking the shots he want to take. And really what it is he looks very healthy and fresh.
Right. Another player that looked really healthy.
That's the most surprising thing from the last 4 years and everything right now. He looks real healthy and fresh.
Another player was KD. KD asked to be subbed out. How disrespectful is it after an uncontested dunk that he's like, sub me out? These guys are weak.
They're weak.
It's too easy. If you were the Wizards, what would your reaction be? I would be hot.
I didn't see that. He dunked the ball and then what?
Yeah, he dunked the ball. It was uncontested. And so he looks at the bench and he's like, sub me out. That's what he like mouths. Sub me out. I'm over it. It's over. I don't care anymore. It's too easy.
Wow.
No competition.
Well, that's John Wall issue to handle.
You just gonna give it to John Wall like that?
Yep, he the leader of the team.
Oh my God! Wow. How? Let me hear this. They guard each other.
Huh?
He's supposed to guard him.
No. But you the leader of the team. Troops follow you, man. Somebody talking about sub me out. They weak. You better have something to answer for.
That was at the point when they were down 24. It was too late then.
It was 24. What quarter was it?
Fourth. Like a couple minutes left. Right?
Oh, okay.
Like 4 minutes left?
I mean, I told you I didn't see it. The way y'all said it was like it was early.
Like,
no.
No.
Get him up out of here.
Nah.
No, he's just like, it's time. We've done our job, but now it's over. Okay, so the Western Conference has a few undefeated teams left, and it's about 2. So the Nuggets, who actually beat the Warriors, and the Pelicans. Are you guys surprised by how good the Nuggets are?
No?
Jokic.
No.
Is that
Nuggets are a good team. They were a good team last year.
Even better if Michael Porter get healthy.
Yeah. Nuggets were a good team last year. They were one of the best scoring teams. Now they're deep. I believe going into last night, they were the number one defense in the league as well.
Yes.
Now that's surprising. But no, they're a good team. They would have made the playoffs last year if Millsap didn't get hurt.
Well,
easy.
This is a league rather of very little defense. I don't think that's
you seen the scoring lately? It's crazy. 145, 140.
Ridiculous. Like nightly.
They have a lot of depth in Denver. They have a lot of bodies at a lot of different positions.
Yeah, IT hasn't even started playing yet.
Right.
Yeah, IT hasn't even played. Michael Porter's still unhealthy.
Like their upside is scary.
Yeah, and they have a good coach.
Right. So I think they're like right at a good space. And they got a lot of depth, and they got a lot of players, so they can consistently run their offense and play defense at a high level. They're a good young team. No, I'm not surprised at them.
What about the Pelicans?
I am surprised about them.
Not right now. Y'all laughed at me on this show, actually, when Nikola Mirotic got traded to the Pelicans. Oh, okay, yeah. And y'all see how that's doing. But okay, I'll leave that alone. Julius Randle, excellent pickup for them. I figured that would be a perfect fit for him, especially coming off the bench. He'll have a shot at 6th man of the year if he keeps this up. Him and Derrick Rose, by the way, who I'm very impressed with. But yeah, they're doing well right now. AD is looking like the MVP of the league. I like what they have right now.
It's just about them staying healthy.
And they need a wing because that's where they are going to have problems at in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Durant is going to end up being guarded by Mirotic, which is not going to end well.
No.
Or Etuan Moore.
No. Who?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's not going to end well.
Right.
So, but no, I like what they have. They just need Another wing,
I really
probably another
hope
shooter.
that they can get over the playoff hump, because I feel like that's kind of been one of the and they can stay healthy. I think that they're in a much they're a good team that has had a few years together. It's just been this piece or that piece. But to have I'm gonna say it. I was on the train of yes, get rid of Julius if we need to, so that we can get what players we need to get a championship. But I'm going to say it. I've been kind of looking at Pelicans games
he would have been a nice 5 for us right now. But the thing is, it was all money. We wanted to resign Julius, but he said, no, I want a long-term deal. And we're like, no, we're keeping everything, 1 year because of, we have a long-term plan. And he said, I'm not with that. So they said, okay, here, we'll take back your qualifying offer. You can be an unrestricted free agent. Simple as that. Which they're going to have problems with next year. They're going to have to pick between Randall and Mirotic. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I'm not that front office, because that is a difficult...
Hell of a job, Dale Demps.
You're right. So Eastern Conference, we have some undefeated teams left. Raptors, Bucks, and Pistons. And Blake Griffin seems happy. He seems really happy on the Pistons. 50-point performance. He was dunking. I don't think I've seen that in Blake in
He's
a
back
really
healthy.
long time.
I listened. He said that this is his first... I guess this summer was his first time he's actually been able to work out and get some nice reps in over the past couple years.
Right.
Because he ain't doing fucking commercials.
Oh,
okay.
Well, this is a family show.
Yeah. He's not in L.A. anymore, so I guess it's more time to focus. So, yes, he's back healthy, so I can tell.
Yeah. Any thoughts? Blake Griffin?
Detroit, I ain't really thinking about.
They probably will beat your Knicks.
Detroit. I'm not thinking about Detroit much. I like Luke Kennard over there. I like Reggie Jackson. Cool. Andre, cool. Always love for Andre. Stanley Johnson, cool. I really don't think much of Blake Griffin. So.
Did you guys catch the 76ers Pistons game?
Oh, my God.
What did you make of Joel Embiid and his antics? I mean, I love him on Twitter, but I don't know if his antics have kind of gone too far.
He's an old school NBA player. He talks a lot of junk. Even win or lose, he's always talking mess.
He's always talking. I
don't like that he's flopping.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't talk like that and do all that, and then you out here flopping and don't want to play defense.
Right. And then getting the guy thrown out because of your flopping.
Right. I mean, you getting fouls called. You can't. This is my thing. You can't say nobody could guard you. Nobody do this. I dominate this, and then you flopping.
Right.
Agree.
Because those are antics of somebody that you're using certain strategies to be better, but then you're not really showing how good you are.
I think I'm going to steal his quote about, I'm occupying a lot of real estate in your head.
I doubt that.
That's pretty funny. To say that you're so important that I'm occupying the real estate in your head. I don't know where he comes up with this stuff. I'm like, Joel, teach a class.
No.
Teach a class.
I don't think that's going on, but hey, if it gets you going, it gets you going.
Okay, what about the Raptors? Obviously, they added Kawhi.
I don't know why a lot of people didn't think the Raptors would be as they are. Them being 5-0 isn't shocking. Actually, they have a shot to go to the finals. Yeah. It wouldn't shock me if they did.
Right.
I agree.
You said probably?
He said I agree.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all.
I think that we were just a little worried or concerned about which Kyrie we were going to get, or if we were going to get Kyrie, because obviously when he's not happy, Kawhi rather, excuse me, with Kawhi, last year he was just like, I'm not happy, so I'm just going to pout.
Well, I don't think he has that. He has a pouting personality, but I don't think he has that where I'm like, I'm just going to come here and ruin the franchise. I'm a hoop. I'm going to do the best I can, and then we're going to go. People forget Kawhi was a top 3 player in the league when healthy.
No, I don't think people forget that.
I think people you take out DeMar and then you substitute him back in there. Your team is going to look a lot better on both ends of the floor. DeMar
looks really good with the Spurs.
He does.
It was a good trade for both people.
Both
people went to a situation that suits them and fit them best to be at the best level that they could be at. Kawhi is just balling and putting himself back in position to get a big check and be considered a top 5 player in the NBA. And I don't think it was ever a major health issue last year. I don't think that's what it was. I truly and always felt like once Tim Duncan left, they was going to start dispersing anyway. I didn't feel like he wanted to be there no more. He didn't want to be part of that rebuild, and he wanted out. I do think Toronto has a quiet as kept it. Now, a lot of people think not, and everybody just assume it's automatically one of the teams in LA, unless like some random team pops up out of nowhere with a hell of a deal. But I personally think Toronto has an actual chance to keep him.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
think he stays at all. No. Even if they go to the finals, I don't think he stays.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears a little bit, talk some NFL. The Rams are still undefeated, and their schedule does pick up. So do you guys see a loss in their future? They have the Packers this week. They have the Saints. They have the Seahawks, and they have the Chiefs in the next 4 games. That's a pretty tough schedule.
I could see a Chiefs loss.
I could see a Packers loss.
I can see a Packers loss if they sit back, if they let Aaron Rodgers get time back there.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be really telling of the Rams defense. Like, how good are they?
Only team I think that could that's going to be able to beat them in the next 4 weeks is the Saints.
Saints have a shot too. Saints have a shot too.
You don't think the Chiefs?
I think they're going to beat the hell out of Green Bay.
So you think they're going to get back there to Rodgers?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not 100% healthy, but they don't got to. He can run around.
We know what he can do, healthy, not healthy. We've seen it against the Bears. I mean, I wouldn't underestimate. The Bears thing is he walked down the team in his division. He's been abusing his whole career. This ain't that. But he was injured.
That ain't the Rams. And then on top of all of that with them, Jared Goff and that Rams offense is not Mitchell Trubisky.
That's real. You do have a point there, but I'm just saying he was injured in that game and he still came out and balled. So I don't think he's healthy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still always great. So
he's always injured. Yeah, I think they're going to beat the hell out of Green Bay. I think they'll have a tough time with the Saints with Drew Brees at quarterback and the way they're playing in a flow right now.
Yeah, they're clicking all cylinders right now. Actually,
the Chiefs game is a good game.
Where's that at?
Because I think that's the Super Bowl matchup.
I think so. Okay, I said that first show. Just saying, I said that, and you guys were like, "No, I don't think so." Let's see.
I don't know. I think the Chiefs do this every year. I mean, not every year. Sorry.
I agree with that part.
Well, I mean,
all the time. I think they'll lose on some BS in the early rounds.
It's a Rams home game. Oh, but I think one of these is.
Where's Green Bay at?
It's at the Rams too.
Dang.
Yeah. But I
Saints?
Saints is in New Orleans.
Okay.
So that could be where
That's the one I think they could lose.
I don't think they're going to lose, honestly. I just don't see them losing.
Ever? Like, they just about to run a table?
You mean period? Like undefeated season?
I really could see that.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, come on, Lauren.
Here you go.
I mean, the Carolina Panthers went 15-1 in that season that they went to the Super Bowl. Like, I think it's very doable. I really do.
15-1, 16-0 is different.
That's one game. You're right.
But that's a lot of pressure each
game. Lauren, you hanging out with the peoples. You moving around.
I'm not even covering the Rams. This is a completely objective position that I'm taking. I'm just saying they look that good. If they can remain healthy, I think that if they can get back completely healthy and get everybody on one accord, I think that they can definitely run the table. I do. I don't see anybody beating them. That's just my personal opinion.
They would not go 16-0.
There you go.
That was a hot take.
That is hot take. Lojo with the hot take on a Thursday.
Lojo is tripping, y'all.
Hot take Thursday.
Not at all.
Okay, well, teams that are not doing as well. The Oakland Raiders. What are you doing?
Hey, shout out to the Oakland Raiders. I want to thank y'all.
Shout out to y'all blowing everything up.
I want to thank y'all for giving us Amari Cooper. Granted, we did surrender our first round pick, but I want to thank y'all. I think that's going to help us a lot. So I appreciate that. Gruden, I don't know.
Gruden, what are you doing?
I don't know what's
getting ready for Vegas.
They getting ready for who?
They're getting ready for Vegas, and they just shedding cap money and bad prices, and that's what they're doing.
There doesn't seem like there's any strategy to this, though. I mean, it's like you get rid of.
You're about to build through the draft.
Yes, but you don't know what you're going to get in the draft. That's the problem. Is that you're like trading away. Okay, maybe Amari Cooper, but Khalil Mack, I don't see that ever being.
There's no reason they should have traded away Khalil.
No way. There's no way. Pay the man. Like, whatever he needed to stay, you needed to pay him that.
I agree with that.
one of the best players
in the league.
Hall
of Famer,
like,
for sure.
you're never gonna get that again, especially not through the. I'm sorry, that's a 1 in a million.
You can't say not through the draft. Somebody's gonna draft a Hall of Famer.
But are they going to draft a Hall of Famer?
I know they're gonna have some good picks. They have what they get for it. First rounder this year, first rounder next year. They got what they get, a 6th round pick, a 4th round pick, I believe.
It doesn't matter. Of all those picks, how many times are you going to get a player that can win All Pro offense and defense? That just does. That's the first time it's ever happened. I just don't see that being.
I get that.
Who are you referring to?
Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Amari Cooper, it wasn't clicking as well as it was prior to Derek Carr's injury. You know, that pre-injury phase. But I'm like, you paid Derek Carr all this money, and what has he done for you lately?
Well, Gruden didn't pay Derek Carr.
No, I'm saying the Raiders did, though.
He could be out, too.
Yeah. But
Derek Carr could be out just as
Gruden
quick
said
if they found the right
there's no way that they're trading Derek Carr.
He also said Khalil Mack will be back.
Well, I didn't hear that. He didn't even meet with the guy. How is he going to say that? He didn't even meet with him.
It was at what was some little conference out.
They said that he'd be back, but believe that Derek Carr can be traded.
Yeah.
I don't think that Derek Carr is safe.
You see what's going on? It's a fire
I don't think anybody's safe.
No, nobody is safe.
Nobody's safe. Like, nobody's safe on Oakland.
For the
nobody's safe on the Giants.
Because he didn't. He didn't draft Derek Carr either.
You get a trade. This is like LeBron. You get a trade. You get a trade. You get a trade.
He may see a guy that he likes in college right now and target him. I'm
just saying. I think that the strategy that they're going with, I don't see it panning out or working. I really don't. I don't see that that's going to work out for them very well.
I mean, you have a quarterback.
Like Raiders fans are like they're confused. Like everybody's confused.
Right.
What is the strategy here?
Right.
What's the end goal?
They're getting ready. They're building for Vegas.
Building what though? Because you're trading away like valuable pieces to build
listen
on.
To what I'm saying. To take valuable pieces, just to have all these valuable pieces and they haven't losses means nothing. You're still losing and you're spending a lot of money out. So basically, what he's doing there, what you can see they're doing is they're basically going, we're going to ship out the talent we do have that we can get value for, gain as much assets, and we're going to rebuild through draft and make strategic free agent moves. Now, we could judge it right now and say, oh, that was stupid, that was dumb, that was this, whatever. But we know in the NFL, things change from year to year. This year, you could be the team's favorite quarterback, love affair, and next year they can trade you and use a young guy. Or they can draft this guy, or they can do that. So we got to watch what they do over the next 2 years. But pretty much they're building for Vegas. That's why they're fire selling all their talent. They're trying to get rid of their safety, and they might let go of Derek Carr as well. They're just going to keep stockpiling draft picks and they're going to
collecting assets. Pretty much like you said, is if you're going to lose with all this talent, you might as well lose at a cheaper price.
Right. Yeah, no need to pay a high payroll.
I don't think they're ever going to live down the Khalil Mack thing. But that's just my personal opinion. We'll see how that pans out.
Somebody else out there good eventually.
Yeah, Joey Bosa's out there. Joey Bosa could come in right now and replace him.
Okay. Yeah, well, okay. That's fair. But the Chargers are smart. They know how to value what they have. So.
They surprised me too, by the way.
They're surprising you? How?
I didn't expect them to be.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean Joey Bosa. That's on the Chargers. I meant.
I know you're talking about the dude from Ohio State, right?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Guy from Ohio State.
Right.
No, I mean
him and the other guy. I can't remember his name neither. Ah, man, I was just looking at it. There's another D line. I know the jerseys is like red and blue or something, but there's 2 D linemen coming up. That's pretty good. That might be able to put them in a replacement place. They just got to make the right moves over the next 2 years with these draft picks, and they're going to do the fire sale where they're doing it.
I mean, quarterback is the most important position. Now, you say he's going to keep Derek Carr. Okay, I believe when I see it. But yeah, you have Derek Carr, so now stock up on your O-line, and then build your specialty position.
I mean, in theory, this all sounds good, y'all. It does. It sounds great. I'm just saying, putting it into practice after the things that, like, Gruden has come in here and just, like, lit fires and not put them out yet.
I mean, I'm sure
just
he has.
To put out one fire that he's.
But I think people blame Gruden. I think people blame Gruden for doing something he was hired to do.
Clean house? He was hired to clean house.
He was hired to make, not clean house, but he was hired to evaluate and make decisions. Like, it was more like, look, you coming in, like, of course, nobody has to tell us their strategy. But when I say that, I mean, look, we hiring you in. We know we don't have a winning team right now. But if this thing get off to a bad start like last year, and we need to make some moves. We need you to make the moves and go ahead and build up the assets. And we're building towards Vegas when we break open that new arena.
Okay.
And then, like
So
always, when you have
they're
assets,
trying to settle in and be prepared, not saying identical, not saying, well, they had talent, but they're trying to build and settle for their big move to be a good team, a la the LA Rams.
No, I get it. I get where the vision is and the goal. I just want to see it put into practice. There's another vision and goal that the Giants clearly have that we can't see, and it's in racking up as many draft picks as possible for this upcoming draft, no matter the cost. They're like, Eli Apple, you can go.
Question, Courtney, are you okay with I would say, are you okay with Eli getting traded or released, or are you guys getting a new quarterback, or you still want to stay with Eli?
Oh, am I okay with him getting traded or released?
I'm saying, are you okay with getting a new quarterback?
I mean,
or do you want to keep? Or do you want to keep Eli?
You got to be okay with getting a new quarterback. Like if it was me preseason wise, I mean not preseason. If it was me coming out of the bye after next week's game against Washington, Eli wouldn't be starting. It serves no purpose because we're pretty much out of the picture,
right?
And you're already started a fire sale. So it just serves no purpose unless you're basically saying go ahead and walk out your last season. Outside of that, you might as well go ahead and see what you got in Kyle so you know the adjustment from what they're doing. As far as what they're doing as the fire sale thing is, it's kind of like I paid $200 million 2 years. Well, no, it ain't even kind of. This is exactly what it is. You paid $200 million for a defense 2 years ago. It did great that first year. And 2 years since, it's kind of did the same thing. It ebbs and flows. It has moments, but it can't get stopped on third down. It just has multiple things going on over there. So it's kind of like, listen, get out of it now. Fire sale, go ahead and sell off the defensive part. No need to pay this high defensive payroll like this. Eli's on his way out, and the offense is like they added Corey Coleman today to go with Sterling Shepard, to go with Evan Ingram, to go with Odell, to go with Saquon. So it's pretty much the offense will be intact. They got to fix that front line and add a quarterback or however they see fit. I really don't think a good one is coming out in this draft, so I think they're going to have to trade for one.
Who's the best quarterback in college right now?
To me?
Yeah.
To me, it's Kyler Murray. But he's a dual sport player, too. He played baseball. He already been drafted, so I don't think he's going to go NFL first. I think he's going to play baseball. That me.
Would be the smart
but a
move.
lot of people like Hugh Herbert.
Oh, okay. I think you guys have two great assets, though, in Odell and Saquon.
You just need. But I feel like people, okay, so this is kind of a hot take, but people are saying that it's not my take.
Okay.
So you don't need to put the camera on me. It's not my take. But people are saying that Odell is wasting his prime in New York. What are your thoughts on that?
Odell is 25 years old and fresh is off a major ankle injury and hasn't shown the same speed yet. You can't waste. How is he wasting anything at 25? He's 5,000-yard catches. He just broke another record. A lot of people are dragging.
But they're saying that because the Giants aren't going anywhere, that they feel like he is. So just
what
kind
happened
of
to AJ Green's career?
Duck.
So what about AJ Green?
I would kind of maybe make the same argument for AJ Green.
But this is what I'm saying. The only reason why you have people doing this is because right now there's a whole media thing to run into. Let's try to get it to where Odell just acts. It's a hot topic. It's a media buzz. It's better to say Odell wasted talent. Hop on the train. Let's kill. But we got plenty of good receivers out here wasted talent. What happened to Deshaun? We ain't heard this about D Hopkins before they went and drafted homeboy. I mean, before they drafted
Deshaun.
Yeah, before they decided Deshaun Watson, Hopkins' career was wasted. What he had 7 quarterbacks.
Oh, so I just had shout out to Monty Images on my live feed. He said Odell definitely needs to leave New York. Just come to LA already.
You see my direct point?
He would bode well in a Rams uniform. I'm not going to lie to you.
See, here we go. Now look, now it's back over to it. Now put him in the Rams uniform.
Or a Chargers uniform.
But listen, I'm okay with y'all feeling that way. I can't be mad at y'all that y'all would like him in the Rams uniform.
It's not y'all. I'm a Seahawks fan. I'll take it.
Okay. I wouldn't mind. Even Rams fans who feel like, he do better in the Rams. The Rams are doing very well right now because they don't have a dominant main one receiver. When you get one, you must deal with that. You must get him the ball or he's going to give you the same issues. So Todd Gurley don't get to run this shit 30 times, and then y'all get it 5 times a piece because he need his catches.
If there's championships involved, if there's Super Bowls involved, I don't think they care how it gets done, honestly.
People still have their egos.
People definitely have their egos, but
egos in a dominant receiver, it matters.
Well, yeah, if you're talking about Odell, he's one of the biggest egos. But I don't think they would want to.
Bring him into a team.
No, people want to win. They just want to win as being the guy.
Well, there are. To me, teams, I think the best teams actually are ones where it's like, we don't care who gets the most touches, who gets whatever. It's like, we win however we win, and that's it. I don't care.
But that matters to him is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does.
So there's a lot of people saying, yeah, go ahead, get him there. Oh, put him there, get him there. But you can't, the best teams don't have to worry. Let me see, the last 3-4 years, name me the most dominant receiver that won the Super Bowl.
Who's won recent? Patriots?
The Patriots, the Eagles. I'm not seeing any most
You don't
dominant.
have any dominant, I need the football, I like my numbers, I'm a superstar receivers on none of those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All of the rest of them have lost pretty early, second round. Aaron, AB, AJ Green, Hopkins, the Odells, the Thomas for the Saints. Everybody who got these big numbers, and Julio Jones, these big numbers, these big catches,
has Julio gotten a touchdown this season?
Julio Jones doesn't have a touchdown.
He doesn't have a touchdown.
Oh, damn.
But nobody is screaming about his talent being wasted.
Well, actually, at the beginning of the season, especially when Matty Ice wasn't looking he was looking like a shell of himself. I think people were definitely arguing that it was some talent being wasted there. But the Falcons, we know what happens when they get to the Super Bowl. So it's not happening this year for sure. So it doesn't even matter.
What's their record this year so far?
I don't think it's.
Let me look at that.
Is it 2-4?
But while we're talking about this, let's go to your Cowboys and Amari Cooper being on the receiving, no pun intended, end of that trade.
Like I said earlier, I think it was a good pickup. I know we had to give up a first rounder, but we need help.
You need help.
But
at the receiver position.
I think Jason Garrett is time to go.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I think he should have been left. That's just my opinion. But
he's Jerry's guy, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. He's Jerry's guy, and Jerry always wants to play GM.
Why nobody said Dez's career was being wasted?
Well, Dez is
he had Garrett for what, 7 years? 8 years?
No.
I would never say that. No.
No, it ain't been that long, has it? No.
Jason Garrett been there since when? Since after Bill Parcells, right?
I think so. No, there
was one more in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the Falcons, let me see what their record is quickly. Okay.
I thought they were like 3-4 and something. 2-4. No, you said 2-4, right? 5? What is it?
They are 3-4.
Yeah.
3-4.
3-4. But they're not going anywhere. So
nah, probably not.
No. We already know who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
The Patriots and the Rams?
Don't do it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Amari Cooper drops a lot of passes, Mike. Watch out for that.
No, I get that. But, I mean, like I said, right now we need any help we can get because our coaching staff isn't.
Yeah, who is your number one receiver right now?
Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, my point.
Amari
it's
Cooper,
better than what they have.
Who you go after that, Cole Beasley?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we
is
need
Bryce Butler still
he throws a lot of Jason Garrett. I feel like he gets in the way.
Who?
Jason Garrett.
Your quarterback also isn't the best of throws.
No, he's not a deep thrower. He's more like a check down.
Intermediate.
Yeah.
Intermediate. I haven't heard that phrase.
He's like a check down quarterback. I could throw it 30, but I'm gonna throw 10.
If he throw it 30, it's possibly it get picked off.
Possible.
Unless the play is wide open.
Right. Possible. I mean, he's okay. He had a great rookie year. I think now he just.
That's because nobody knew who he was.
Like you say, he's okay now. I wouldn't say ship him out or anything.
He's Colin Kaepernick personified.
The Patriots are looking really sneaky good again with that Josh Gordon pickup.
Shocking.
It's not, but I'm like, at the right time, they always make that move to just.
They flip the switch.
They do.
NFL teams always give away their talent too early.
Raiders. But yeah,
Always.
I agree. And the Patriots are like, we will take you.
Yeah.
Come as you are. We care not.
We don't mind dealing
no
with you for a year.
Zone.
Yeah. Ship you out and bring in somebody else.
Yep. That's the system I'm talking about, where it's like nobody cares, how it gets done. Just make sure that we get to the Super Bowl and that we win.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm happy for the Chargers. I think that they really do look good. They're going to make the playoffs.
The Chargers?
Yes. What?
I don't care about no Chargers.
It ain't about you caring.
Phillip Rivers will always be same old Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is good.
You
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
What?
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
It's all those obscure statistical records that he's broken.
He has the stats. That puts him in there.
Yeah.
Easy.
No. Numbers get you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he'll get in.
Yeah. Are there any other intriguing teams that you guys want to discuss?
In the NFL?
Yes. What's up with the Steelers? Is Le'Veon coming back before Week 10?
I think he'll come back around Week 10 before then. He has
to be a free agent next year before Week 10. So
exactly, he's gonna take his time. No need to rush back. They doing okay.
Well, he said Week 8 initially, and Week 8
is
in our
yeah. So if he comes back before Week 10, he's automatically a free agent this upcoming summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So are we going to see him?
I believe so.
Okay. For the simple fact that he wants to be out. Well, he doesn't want to be out, but he wants to.
They don't want to pay him.
But they don't want.
He wants his money,
as he should,
as he deserves.
Irreconcilable differences is what we call that.
Oh,
pretty much.
Yeah.
All right.
The real question is, where does he go next year?
That's a good question. I mean, a lot of teams could use him. The Seahawks.
I think he ends up in Detroit.
Okay. Detroit just got Snacks Harrison from your Giants.
I think he ends up in Detroit with his old back running his old running back teammate, and they go ahead and try to take the Lions over the top.
That's really a nice picture you just painted there. I don't know if that's gonna work that way, but
stop
it with that.
Le'Veon in Detroit. That sucks.
That sounds boring.
It sounds so boring.
That's not fun.
I don't know. It's not the same.
What sounds fun?
Kim coming to LA or going to Patriots
come to an
LA where?
Atlanta. Come to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Go to Miami. Shoot.
LA where?
Anywhere.
No, that's not. This is too stuffy.
No, not behind Gurley. You're right.
From the running back.
He can't
position.
go to the Rams.
He can't go to the Rams. He can't go to the Chargers. Really.
Can't go to the Chargers.
Melvin.
Oh.
That's
right.
But I'm saying that's not.
He going to Atlanta. They don't got no money. Miami is boring. He's just gonna be Le'Veon Bell on.
But
South
he'll be in Miami. I'm just trying to tell you, he's young. He wants to be in a fun city. He doesn't want to.
Not necessarily that. It's just not a splash. Like when that hits the ticker, it's like Le'Veon Bell goes to Detroit. It's like, okay.
Underwhelming.
Only place he can go and have a splash and get the money he wants is the Jets.
That'd be a good splash.
Really?
That's a nice splash.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I could see that, a little Sam Darnold, Le'Veon connection.
See, Lauren is just a homer. Because Sam Darnold's over there and it would help her USC guys, she's all for it.
Of course. Fight on to the death of me. Okay, guys, let's get to some college basketball. There was a very interesting indictment that came down. The Adidas, what are we calling this? Adidas Gate? I just like the gate.
You like
break it down to me because I haven't really been able to read up on it.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. A jury on Wednesday convicted the 3 defendants accused of pay-for-play schemes to influence high-profile basketball recruits to attend Kansas, Louisville, and North Carolina State. Adidas employee James Gatto, former Adidas consultant Merle Code, and former runner for NBA agent Andy Miller, Christian Dawkins, were found guilty on felony charges of wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud after a 3-week criminal trial in federal court in New York. This is big business that we're talking about here, and we know that, some kind of pay for play has been going on for the test of time. But they got caught up bad. So what are you guys' thoughts on how this might change the landscape of the college basketball atmosphere.
I don't know how much of an impact. You know what's funny was I don't know if you saw where it said Zion Williamson requested a house and a job and some money and all that, and then Kansas didn't give it, and all of a sudden he's at Duke. Like Duke, he just had to change heart. Said, I'll just go here for free.
Right.
Okay.
For free. Nothing's free.
Yeah.
It's America.
I do see that the NBA G League is offering $125,000 for top athletes.
Yes.
I do know that
this is what to me should have been the construct of the feeder system to the NBA anyways. Like, these guys aren't getting an education. We wanted to pad the pockets of NCAA with March Madness. They did that for a short period of time, but the gig is up and you guys need to pay the players. So if this is the way in which it can be done, then, all these pay for play schemes will go away.
I still think I think it's going to go on for a while still.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for the system to change, but I'm just saying that if the G League became a viable medium for people to actually make money,
like baseball's feeder system,
absolutely, the AA, then there would be a lot more players doing that route and maybe getting a quality education after their playing career or however it works. But like having to require them to go to school for a year just because the NCAA and these other Adidas, Nike, the people that are taking stock into college basketball are making money, it just doesn't make sense.
Agreed. Go ahead.
I think it's good for the NCAA. It's been time for them to pay people. It's been time for them to work out a better system. And now their lack of wanting to change and innovate and become more is backfiring on them, and they're going to lose heavily. And if I'm these players, at this point, I'm telling. Don't need to lie for them in court.
Right.
I'm telling.
Lonzo was like, I have nothing to say. I know nothing.
No, I just think it's not going to work right now. Unless it's going to take one big, like, what's his name? Darius Bailey or whatever. He took the $1 million from New Balance. And, incentives could reach $14 million or whatever, which I'm sure it's like some crazy stuff in there, which he's probably not going to reach. But the $1 million, I think that helps. He's like an intern or whatever. So that type of stuff helps, but I don't think right now you need a bigger name. Like
I think it needs to be more than one at a time. Like if there's multiple like high profile, top recruits that are saying, okay, this is how it's going to go.
Right.
Then that's when people will really start to kind of, take stock and notice because
pay
it's
attention.
just one guy. Like, I mean, depending on the name, it could.
Like for example, Zion Williamson is going to be the most talked about, the most hyped, the most interesting basketball player in college this year. Mm-hmm. If he would have done that,
right?
He's even the best player on his team.
Oh. He's not even the best player on his team.
I agree.
Okay, bring in Court.
Go
ahead and elaborate on that, Court.
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett is better than Zion.
Yeah.
But, like, the buzz.
No, as far as buzz, that's Zion.
Yeah.
Because he's 6'9", 280, and jumping out at Anthony Bennett.
Oh, boy. Did you just say Anthony Bennett? I don't think anybody really would know who that is, but former.
We were so close.
We were so close to a full
show.
I thought you being in Atlanta was like bringing some kind of new synergy. But
you do this every other week. You have to stop. People are listening to us. We are losing
Anthony
viewers
Bennett
because
all
of
over
you.
again.
Anthony Bennett. Oh no. Former number
How?
one.
What make him different right now?
He has a 45-inch vertical.
Anthony Bennett's wasn't bad.
It wasn't 45.
Oh, so because he jumps really high, he's good. Oh,
no, he gets out.
You jump so high.
You jump so high.
He's very, very athletic. Working on his game too.
He jumps so high, guys.
Okay.
So jumping high gives him good footwork and consistent jump shot.
No, he's great in transition.
Defensive habits outside of chase down blocks.
He's good in transition.
Guys, we got to squeeze in Dodgers before I let you go.
They're down 0-2.
I knew he was so excited to hop on this. Okay, go ahead.
They're down 0-2, and they need to get it together.
Is David Roberts blowing this?
Dave Roberts is really blowing it. He's blowing it.
Because
the first game, he took out Javi Baez.
Yep.
That was the game. Cost us the game. Second game, we're like, okay, we're in here. We're leading. We're not 2-1. Like
Rhea was starting to stink it up, And then all of a sudden he left him in there.
Why leave him in there?
He walks in a run, gives up a hit, 4-2. And then the final score ended up being 4-2. So if you'd have got out of that.
I was literally listening in the car, like, hitting my dashboard, like, what the F? Dave Roberts, 2 nights in a row? How do you do this? Like, he's literally sabotaging.
He did something like
it was last World Series.
I don't know what's
like
up with my teams. The coaches tend to blow it. Except for Luke Walton. Luke Walton is doing all right now.
Well, Luke is just managing right now. He's
I don't like the Dodgers, but I damn sure don't like the Redskins. So
Red Sox.
I'm sending a PSA out to my guy, Manny Machado.
Please.
I know you're in a new place. I know you're in LA. I know it's foreign land. You're not really used to the sun and the way they be acting out there, but they need you to bring some of that East Coast energy.
Absolutely. Man. He knows this team, too.
And take them over the top right quick. You ain't even got to stay there, bro. You're a free agent. You can leave.
Leave.
Just right now, they need you.
If we lose one of these next 2 games, it's over?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to win this game.
When is it, tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh. Y'all got to win both games at home.
But it's 3. It's 2-3-2, right?
It's, excuse me? Yeah.
2-3-2.
Yeah.
So we had to win all 3, Courtney, or just 2?
Is it 2-3-2?
It should be. Yeah, last round was.
Okay.
So we got to win all 3 at home or just 2?
We need to win.
Y'all got to win both at home.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up, but thank you for listening to another episode of Coast to Coast. We're literally live. This is our first installment of having Court in Atlanta for an actual Coast to Coast. Follow us on all social media at Coast to Coast Sports Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Next episode, I will be back.
Okay, well, he'll be back in the studio in 2 weeks, so we're excited for that. Thank you guys for listening. I'm your host, Lauren A. Jones, alongside
Mike Cotton.
You can follow me at Lojo Media, Mike Cotton.
The real Mike Cotton on all social media platforms.
And Court at Court Chappelle.
Yep.
I got you. All right, thank you guys for listening. See ya.
See ya, Court.
All right, man.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African-American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuh